Fresh from a rather good weekend at Scarborough. Hello to Dean Harrison. Welcome back to the Isle of Man. Not the way you want it, but welcome back to the Isle of Man. Nice to see you, Dean.
Thank you very much. Yeah, it's a shame we can't be back at the Isle of Man, but hopefully we'll be back. We'll be back next year, definitely.
And you've stuck with the Silicon Kawasaki team for this year again, and some good success just at Scarborough just gone.
Yeah, no, it was nice to get out on the weekend and see some spectators and the fans about. There were quite a lot of people floating about at the weekend, which were nice. Good to get out on the 600. I haven't been to 600 for. It's been that long now. I've lost track of all sorts of things, to be honest. It's been a while, so getting off the big bike to 600 is quite a big jump. So it's and plus it's nice to ride a 600. They're good fun. So no, looking forward to next week now. On to Knockhill test on Monday and Tuesday.
Ask you about Scarborough. Let's go back to that. Who was chasing you down at Scarborough? Lee Johnson there?
Lee was there. Lee won the first race. I had a silly little crash. I took the front of one of the hairpins, which is fault of my own. So then Lee had a couple of technical problems, to be honest, which I don't know the ins and outs of, to be fair. So I'm not too sure what happened there. So and then he raced in a 250, I think he was, and he rode a classic bike the first time at the weekend, but he was struggling, I think, with handlebar positioning. So, and I run the Silicone ZXR as well, which it never missed a beat. It was nice. I like riding the old classic. It's a good bike to ride. So hopefully we'll be back at the Manx next year on that, or the classic, sorry.
Got to ask you about Lee. Obviously, well-documented health problems he's had. He was on good form, I take it?
Yeah, no, he's never been off form for the last probably few seasons now in British Supersport road race. He's always been at the sharp end. He's riding really well in the 600 at the minute, and he's got a good bike under him.
What did you think when the announcement came earlier on this year that there was going to be no TT? What was your first thought? Keep it clean, by the way, because we are.
Yeah, no, I'll be honest, right? I half expected it with everything that's going on, so I'd already sort of half accepted it, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just one of them. The whole situation I find very confusing.
Mm. Why did you find it confusing?
I won't want to bore you to death.
Never
I do. The whole situation of the whole thing, I find a bit strange, to be honest. So I don't really know what's going on, to be fair. So hopefully now it's nearly done and we can get back to his life. What
was it like driving back up to Oliver's Mount, the other weekend and doing, and getting yourself set up again? It was kind of like, yeah, this is it. We're back on it. And when the first spectators and fans, because the fans, they crowd around you guys at Scarborough quite a lot in that enclosed paddock. What was it like when the first fans come up and you could have a bit of a chat to them and stuff?
No, it's nice to be honest. Obviously, they weren't allowed in the paddock at the weekend because the fans they've still got to not like paddock due to numbers. Because it is a small space, so it's just nice to see the fans on the field, to be honest. And it was nice to have a bit of paddock banter. Do you know what I mean? To see the lads in the paddock and people I hadn't seen for a while, which were nice. And then just to get some racing under your belt with people that you used to race with. All the same faces are still there. So it's nice to see all the faces. And no, everything's good, to be honest. It was all a bit surreal, to be fair. It's just because it's been so long. It's not. I don't know. It's hard to explain it. It's just. I can't get my head around it all, to be honest.
But back racing again, bit of success, and obviously doing the BSB thing, and that's a different kettle of fish. Again, the same faces there, but that's hard stuff. Then BSB boys and girls, aren't they?
Yeah, no, it is. Yeah, there's we struggled with the new tyre. They've changed tyres, or they changed tyres last year, to be honest. And obviously, because we didn't do any last year, we never got really a chance to have a good go on them. So we sort of had a first good run out. We're at Alton Park last Wednesday. And we learned quite a lot with them, and that's that. We need a little bit more time because there's such a different change, different size tyres, different gearing changes, and all sorts. It's amazing how much it can change. Like I say, the tyre is the last thing that sticks you to the track, so it's such an important part of the bike. It's got to be working right. And I was struggling to get a bit of a setup, to be honest. So I'm now looking forward to going to Knockhill on Monday, Tuesday. I'm hoping for at least a dry day. To try and get some better settings in the bike, and then get it ready for sort of Donington later on. Sorry, the following week, and then the first round at Alton Park at the end of June.
Knockhill, that's a fair drive from you, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not too bad. 3.5 hours ish. Is it 3.5, 4 hours, something like that?
Blimey.
Yeah, I think it's your Manx. You see, if you drive from Douglas to Ramsey, your nose starts bleeding. Whereas doing a drive like that to me is not too bad.
You've already done some testing a bit. I think you said you were at Snetterton and doing bits and bobs. How did that go? Aside from the tyres, bike feels good.
You know, the thing is, weather conditions haven't been the best. Snetterton were 3-day test, but to be honest, we were just so unlucky with the weather. It was so cold. It's like it was hailstoning so heavy that like the hailstones settling on the track. And it's just like you can't test it really out in them conditions. It's so difficult. So it were a bit like we sort of sat and watched it rain. To be honest, drank a bit of tea and waited for the weather to get there. We did get a day in between where we got a few laps in, and we had to try to work around a few problems. But it's something we need to keep chipping away at.
So the Kawasaki is performing well. You seem to be performing well. You're still on good form anyway. You're good banter as usual.
Well, yeah. I don't know. I've been locked in for too long. I don't know what to say anymore.
Yeah, you do.
I mean? I've been stuck in with the missus and things like that. I didn't know what to do.
How's it been at home for you with the missus, the kids, and dogs and whatever else?
No, it's been fine. Kids are fine. They're just running wild as usual. The missus is fine. Dogs are fine. It's just I'm sick of sitting in the same house. To be honest, the missus had a boob job, so it's all right. So it's giving me something to play with the last 6 months. So she'll end up pregnant next week now.
Oh no! Don't be saying that. You don't be doing that. So, aside from everything else you've had done on your personal life, how about the rest of the family? Let's stick with that. But the rest of your family, your dad, the rest of the family, all doing okay?
Yeah, no, everything's fine. My mum raced the weekend. He had brake problems, I think, but I hadn't seen him yet, to be fair, because the paddocks are separated now at Scarborough. So I didn't get a chance to have a good word with him. But no, he's been going on. He did Donington the week before. He did Scarborough at the weekend. He's had a few problems, to be fair, with brakes or something. So I'll have to go pick his brains and see what the crack is there. But no, apart from that, they're doing absolutely spot on. To be honest, as I say, nothing's much has changed because like when this COVID thing started, everything sort of just got put on pause, if that makes sense. Because nobody could actually do all. Everyone's like, oh, what have you been doing? Well, I've been locked in all the time. What have you been doing? Well, I'm also locked in. It's just like, no one's been going away here, there, and doing different stuff, and like you're the only one locked in. So it's a bit bad for conversation, really. We need to get people out doing stuff, so we've got something to talk about.
Well, hopefully back here on our island and sailing into Douglas Harbour this time next year, because it would be this time next year. I'm going to try and get over before then, really. I want to try and get over on the Enduro bike before the end of the year. I would have come and done the thing at the Enduro race that you had up at Onken. Is it Onken? They're having a super Enduro race. Oh, yeah.
I'd have come over and done that for a bit of crack. But obviously we're not allowed to leave the house.
Well, I don't think you and Enduro bikes at the moment don't really seem to go well together, do they?
What do you mean? I've been doing a bit of Enduro. What's that?
How's the shoulder?
Yeah. No, my shoulder's fine. With my elbow, I ended up getting burstitis in my elbow. A bit of a disaster on that. Cut my elbow. It's all right now, to be fair. Give me a bit of grief. Spent 3 or 4 days in hospital over the last month or so. So it wasn't ideal. The hospital was nice and quiet, so it were all right.
I know you like to tinker in your garage at home. What have you got tinkering in the garage at the moment? Anything you've got on the bench that you're working on, car-wise?
Bikes-wise, no. I did do a few repairs to Trials bike. I had a bit of an excursion on that. But bike-wise, no. There's not a lot changing there. I've just been going to work as normal, doing a bit of work. I just want to go riding bikes again now. Really, I want to get out there and sort of just do stuff. I miss the Southern as well. Like I wouldn't mind getting to the Southern and places like that.
And you obviously Scarborough's the Scarboroughs, you've obviously retained the Bob Smith Cup again. Congratulations on that. But the Scarboroughs again, hopefully things are going to ease a little bit more and we'll get more. So how many spectators were allowed there the weekend? Was it 4,000?
I think it was 4,000. Yeah,
That's still a lot of people, isn't it? When you think about it.
Yeah, no, it's a lot of people. Yeah, exactly. 4,000 is a lot of people, but it's a good start. You've got to look at the minute, right? Because everything's been so negative. All I think is you have to look at the positives of everything just to make yourself feel better. If not, you'll end up a manic depressive. Because everything's been that bloody boring. It's just frustrating, to be honest. But
have you been catching?
It'll come back with a bang.
Well, let's hope so. Have you been catching any of the programs on ITV4 about the TT and stuff? Been watching them?
Yeah, no, obviously the coverage is always good in it, to be honest. No, I've watched them, watched the covering the TV and things like that. So it's just things are it's frustrating to watch it, so I have to turn it off.
Frustrating in
it's
what
not
way?
Worse to start watching it, is it? Decided being an armchair racer, I want to actually be there doing it.
Well, hopefully you will next year, and obviously you and Hickey will be back at it again. Whoever else will be coming into the mix, you got a lot of good young talent coming up, and well, let's just hope we are here talking about racing and going racing, obviously down at Ballown with the pre-TT Classic would be, and then onto the mountain circuit for 2 weeks of bonkersness. And for reading what everybody's been putting on social media and stuff, this time next year, the Isle of Man is going to be bouncing, isn't it?
Yeah, it should be. Yeah, that's the plan. It's gonna have to come back with a bit of a bang now. It's been away for so long. So no, I'm really looking forward to getting stuck in again. Really, I'm looking forward to this season as well. To be honest, because Silicon have given me the opportunity to do the superbikes this season. So it's something that we need to pick as game up, I think, and get a few things dialed in. I'm looking forward to having to go that and see how we progress as the season goes on. There's a few tracks are not my favourite, but I'm looking forward to a few of them. Try and get my teeth into it a bit more.
Which is your least favourite short circuit BSB track?
Silverstone.
Really? Oh,
yeah, I don't like Silverstone. Yeah.
Why?
I struggle because a superbike track with one left-hander, I find mind blowing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not. I struggle around Snetterton, but I actually quite like the track because there's so much to the track. It's a really technical track. But Silverstone, to me, we've been so wide. I come from a racing background of things not being that wide. So when I go there, I almost get lost. So I struggle around Silverstone. And it's not my favourite track. But now I'm looking forward to places like Alton Park, Cadwell Park, Brands GP, and places like that. Brands GP is a brilliant track. That's probably one of my favourites, and places like that. So no, I'm looking forward to getting stuck in, to be honest.
And just on the side for your team boss, Clarissa and the guys, I've been looking at some of the bikes they've got in their garage. They've been getting hold of some beautiful machinery, eh?
Oh, Clarissa's got a massive collection of bikes, and they're all good, to be honest. Every single one. Mark works away, and he keeps everything sort of fettled and keeps them clean and keeps them all roadworthy and stuff. So it's not the nicest seat, to be honest. Whether it's an RG 500, whether it's a kettle with like a different front end on, there's always something there that's quite unique, to be fair. And the good thing is that she rides them all. She'll get on and ride them around the mountain and things like that. Whereas some people don't like to ride them, but no, Clarissa definitely uses them all.